Hey, we're live. Today we're talking about baby-led weaning and raising kids. This is Adeline, my daughter. She's 4, turning 5 in May. And I have a son over here on Mandy's back. He's 1. So today I'm also doing a live Q&A style video. I do it every Thursday. I do a live webinar Q&A. So if you have any questions at all, comment below. Any questions whatsoever, I'd be more than happy to answer any and all of them. And I do it every Thursday, so feel free to comment whenever you want, and it'll still be relevant. It'll still help for the live Q&As that I do on Thursdays. Now, today I want to talk about raising healthy kids, and there's something that I was thinking about that I wanted to share. It's that, it's one thing to say that we want healthy kids and stuff because it sounds good and because we connect with that, we understand that we want our kids to be happy and healthy. But it's another thing that I think there's a subconscious level. It's not our conscious brain thinking of this, but it's on our very subconscious level. We know that our children are one day going to be taking care of us. So it's like a biological element where it's if we raise healthy kids, they'll outlive us, and then one day they'll be able to take care of us, and then we will live even longer with having a positive relationship with our children. So I just think that's an interesting conversation. That's why I brought it up. It's nothing to say anything bad. It's just the cool biological subconscious element behind the fact that we want our kids to live a long, healthy lifestyle. And if you ask me, in my opinion, right, it's if our children if we want our children to be happy and healthy, I think healthiness is the foundation for happiness. It's not the other way around. It's not where all right, well, they're happy, so now we can make them healthy, right? We need them to be healthy so that they can live a happier lifestyle, because they'll have more energy, they'll be more passionate, they'll be more able to do the things that they love to do, right? And they'll be able to just thrive in today's world. And I think it's really up to us in order to raise healthy kids, and that brings me to baby-led weaning. And it's something that my wife and I learned about in between our children, right? So Adeline's a very picky eater, and she doesn't eat everything that we give her, but she has certain things that she likes, certain things that she does not like at all, will not eat. And I'm sure most of you can relate to that a lot, because these kids, they're not always easy to feed the healthy choice. And one thing that we've realized is that the best way to get our children to eat healthy is to build positive relationships between them and their food. Build these, positive emotional experiences between them and their food. And the best way to do that is to give a baby, when they're 8 months old, 10 months old, 12 months old, before they're 1 year old, handing them whole plant foods, right? Oranges, slices of apples, big slices of avocados, big slices of bananas, whatever you can find, right? Even carrot sticks, things like that they can then grab it in their hand and do what they please with it. And that's the part that's hard as a parent, because we know, oh, they're just going to make a mess. They're just going to spread that avocado all over the floor. They're not going to eat any of it, and it's going to be a huge mess, and then I have to clean it up, and it's going to waste my time, and blah, 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 blah. You could go on and complain about it. But the truth of the fact is that if your child gets to squish that avocado in their fingers and play with it and mess around and have fun and do what they want and play with their food in a way, they're going to have emotional positive experiences with their food that they're not purposely going to remember in the future. But it goes back to that subconscious level where, biologically speaking, they remember those positive experiences, and they have muscle memory around the fact that, oh, avocados are good because I had this good emotion tied to the avocado from earlier in my life. So I think that's a super interesting conversation to have. And it's the route that we've taken with our baby, who's 1 year old now, and we've been giving him food since he was 8 to 10 months old. Just whole, like I said, whole slices of food. He makes a mess every single time. It's a pain to clean up. But we know, we see the smile on his face. We see how he's having fun playing with the food and building this positive relationship with the food. And so far, he hasn't rejected any food that we've given him. Almost every food, he tries it because the ball is in his court, right? It's not like you're force feeding him with a spoon. Whereas we made this mistake with Adeline. We gave her the purees and the baby foods, and we fed her, spoon fed her. And even if she didn't want it, we would try to give her more and more and more. So all she remembers is being forced to eat something and forced to have food put into her mouth that she did not like in many cases. And now Adeline is very picky. And I'm not going to blame it all on the way that we raised her and the way that we gave her food. But I think there's a huge connection there, and I think that I should warn more parents about that and let them know about baby-led weaning, which is, like I said before, when you let your kid lead the way, when you let your kid play with the food, make the mess, and you clean it up, and then you deal with it later, because it's all about building that positive relationship with food and building those positive emotions. And honestly, as adults, a lot of us, if we're trying to lose weight, if we're trying to live a happier, healthier lifestyle, some of us might have a negative relationship with food. We use it as a coping mechanism. We use it to deal with stress. We use it to deal with sadness. We use it to deal with anger and different things like that, instead of actually having a positive, healthy relationship with food where we use it to get the nutrients that our body needs, and we use it as fuel. And that's really how we should be viewing food. So I just really want to draw that connection for you guys, tell you a little bit about baby-led weaning, and talk to you about raising healthy kids and how important it is. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I've ever focused on being healthy, is because of my daughter. After my daughter was born, I was extremely health conscious, and it's carried over all the way now to 5 years later. And you know, my journey started way before that, when I was just a teenager. But when my daughter was born, it escalated to a whole new level, where I started looking into farming practices and where this food was coming from, and meat and dairy and these industries behind the food that we're getting, and how they can affect and change the food that we're eating, and the negative things they do to it, and the positive sides as well. So I hope that helps, and I hope more people experience this video. I hope more people start baby-led weaning and raising their children in a healthy way. And I'll see you guys very soon. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get those questions to me. Comment below. If you don't make it tonight, that's all right. I do it every single Thursday. So make sure you push that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys very soon. Have an amazing, magnificent day. And I love you. Peace.